Oh, hey everyone, and welcome back to the San Francisco Wine Trading Company. Well, it's getting into our holiday season, so I thought I'll give you guys some recipes here. Have a little bit of a treat for you guys. You guys could show off to your families and friends with classic beef tartare. Again, cheater style. Figured that we'll do a little bit of our feature of the Moutarde, and it's a fabulous mustard imported by Kermit Lynch and coming from France. And of course, the, what is this? Corsini's olive oil here, extra virgin. And yeah, together we'll build up and we'll make beef tartare. All right, so I guess let's get started. Ingredients that you'll need. Just think of when you guys get your roast and getting ready, you cut off a little piece before you put it in the oven, and you could chop it up and make your beef tartare. What you'll need is about a pound. I have a pound of beef tenderloin, and I supplemented it with a little bit of top sirloin. Again, because we're chopping it up and everything else too, you could go all fancy and utilize the filet mignon. It's very nice and tender, but because we're chopping it up, a lot of the connective tissues of the top sirloin also gets chopped up too, and it'll still be tender, but the top sirloin would add a lot of flavor into your beef tartare. Other ingredients, we have about 4 cloves, depending on your size of your garlic cloves. 4 cloves of garlic, minced fine. A small shallot, minced fine. We have about 2 tablespoons of chopped capers, and about 1/3 cup of chopped chives. I know that traditionally it'll be with some parsley, a little bit of lemon zest, and of course the quail egg to give it that nice unctuousness, but we'll do a little cheater's way. Since we are utilizing the Moutarde, I'll also add in some secret ingredient here, mayonnaise. Right? Mayonnaise also contains egg yolks. It'll also contain a little bit of oil too, so it'll actually bind it. Interesting. There's some people watching. But anyways, we'll go again and continue. All right, and all these guys, all you need to do is have your spoons, a bowl. Let's toss in the nice and finely chopped ground meats. Ooh, one thing though, you don't want to just go out and buy ground beef to make your beef tartare, because ultimately there could be many cows going into that package of ground beef. So it'll be safer, a little bit more kosher, I guess you could say, if you actually utilize and buy your own steaks and chop it up yourself. You could pass it through a grounder if you have that KitchenAid meat grinder and everything else too, but I actually just use a knife and just chop it up fine. And of course, we'll start off with the cloves of garlic and shallots. And of course, the capers and the chives.
What's going on there, Chef?
Oh, I'm making beef tartare.
Oh.
It is the holiday season after all. I figured we'll give our viewers some recipes to use.
Pairings coming right up.
Okay. Anyways, I utilize the chive because I do like that onion bite into it. I know parsley gives off freshness, but I could do without. Right? And then of course, add in the mayonnaise. And I know a lot of chefs are turning in the graves right now. Mayonnaise, crazy, right? But again, I don't have lemon, but mayonnaise traditionally would have a little bit of acid, whether it be vinegar or lemon. Right? I'll add some brightness. I'm not going to utilize that quail egg yolk or an egg for that matter. So the mayonnaise also brings that unctuous mouthfeel to it. And of course, it also adds in oil because mayonnaise is made from oil as well. All right, last but not least, we'll feature our Moutarde here. Our mustard. We'll do a heaping tablespoon.
What are you doing over here? That mustard's awesome, but you know. whatever song I want. What's going on?
Oh, I'm making beef tartare. It is the holiday season, so I figured I'd get the viewers some recipes to try at home.
Oh, okay. Let me see what I can do.
Okay. All right, and then all you have to do is mix it up. Ooh, and don't forget, I don't know where you get your meat or chives or garlic from. Where I get mine, it doesn't come seasoned. So I would actually add in about 2 teaspoons of salt. Yes, I know it seems like a lot, but again, you're seasoning the pound of meat, the capers, onion, chives, shallots, and garlic, of course. And of course, I'm adding in about half a teaspoon of ground black pepper. All right. All right, mix it all up. Make sure that it is definitely mixed thoroughly. And there you have it. You have your quick made beef tartare. And of course, with plating, you could dump it onto, let's do it anyways. Dump it onto your cutting board, serving platter. Put that aside. Ralph, please don't eat that all. And of course, some crackers to go with it. All right, and there you have it. A quickly made beef tartare appetizer that you can serve and impress your family and friends.
Jan, speaking of cutting board, let's get on to the wine pairings. Who let the dogs out? Ganevat did. That's what's up. And the pet nat isn't about the dog on front. We're talking about some Pétillant Natural sparkling wine coming out of Alsace in France. 80% Riesling, 20% Sauvignon, fermented in the bottle.
Okay, please.
For those of you that aren't familiar with Ganevat, he's the OG natural wine producer, making a lot of different cuvées in very small amounts. We only got 6 bottles of this, /5. Thank you. Shame on you. Organic, biodynamic, native yeast, naturally farmed, really killer juice, really killer stuff. His whites and his reds, all delicious. A savory, kind of earthier style, really pair well with food specifically. Dope juice, I recommend that you get your hands on.
Now, I love Ganevat, and his sparklings, as he said, super rare, so I am in a very happy place right now. But when I like to go with something for a steak tartare, which is by far one of my favorite dishes whenever I go to Paris, which has been far too long, admittedly far, far too long, like for everyone, unfortunately. I go for the classic, whatever the bistro has, which is normally, for the house wine specifically, which is normally a Côte de Rhône, coming from the Rhône Valley. And so for me, what stood out was this awesome wine from Domaine Le Q, which is 100% Syrah. It's like you want Syrah when you're having meat, whether it's raw or cooked. And for this is super unusual. This is Domaine Le Q is a Loire Valley producer, and they come from Muscadet specifically. But this is a little side project called the Temps du Copain, which means time with friends. So it's meant to just be drunk, consumed, a glue wine for the nerds out there. As I say, this is a drinker, not a thinker, but it's awesome with steak on its own, with friends, which I will tell why thank you.
I'm done thinking.
This is definitely the time to be with friends. And to have a little steak tartare. So with this one, yeah, you can put all the thought you want to it. It is super delicious, great producer, as I said, but, you know, just enjoy. That's my descriptor of it. David, you tend to think a bit more.
It's the rock and roll.
There we go.
Jason, what's that thing about us on YouTube?
Please subscribe and like us. Yeah.